All right. We're live on the
We're live.
YouTube. We're live on the TikToks. Oh, I'm going to fix our lighting up. Let's brighten it up in here for you guys.
It's like the sun's out
Yeah.
and the guns.
Got your guns, baby? Okay. So we are live. Welcome to Warrior Wednesday. My name is Rick. This is my Andrea. When you're wondering, hey, babe.
That's me.
That's my hey, babe over here.
That's me.
That's my babe. So welcome on to Warrior Wednesday. Now we have emails that do come in or questions, and we have a topic tonight, something I've been kind of mulling on and been throwing around with the ladies, throwing around with the guys and going like, does this check out? Does this check out? So today, stay tuned because we are going to get into what are the hardest battles for men and women, just the patterns that I see. So that way you may have a fighting chance or at least a step in the direction to go, now I can work on my stuff and knowing what one of the toughest fights are going to be.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring that up too. So stay tuned. Otherwise, we have some big things happening. If you are a subscriber on our Patreon, tomorrow I'm doing an in-depth training on the MAP training, which is going to be mindset training for using a very advanced tool to find where people are stuck. So they have at least, where do I begin? How do I get out of the mindsets that I have to work towards really truly changing and evolving out of the belief systems that have held me back. So I'll be doing real things.
Real things. I'm so excited about this training. And if you guys can see behind us, it's on my side. That is the map there, which is
you can't see
there. It is. Everybody see it. It's right here, right here. It looks different on both social medias, but it is a pretty incredible training. And so if you haven't signed up yet, you still have time, not a lot of time because the spaces are going quick.
I don't know if we sold out, but just if you're a subscriber, you get a spot in without having to pay the ticket price for it. So just something, why would you be subscribed to your Patreon or any of your things? We put all the stuff we're not supposed to post out there on there. So there's a lot of amazing content you're going to see with there's some pretty big names that we have in there. Our network is very cool with the people we have.
It really is.
So you may see some names like, hey, I know that guy. I follow them too. And they just hang out in your groups. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So there's some cool things going on. Otherwise, you said we had a question today that you wanted to get into.
Oh, yeah. Here it is.
Here it is, babe.
Here it is.
Also, if you're wondering why we have microphones and where the good audio is, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you get the better audio. But this is still pretty good too if you're part of our TikTok family. So it's all good.
Yeah.
But if you want, like, why do you guys have microphones? I don't hear it like that. It's on YouTube.
All right. All right. So this says, I have 4 children and I'm finding it hard to stay no contact from the ex. What are some other ways I can deal with this situation?
This guy is a super sweetheart. I actually know this guy. We've worked with him. He's jumped in with some of our calls, and he's his huge heart. Very, very good. He's a good dad in a really tough situation. And I think that if the ladies knew his situation, you ladies would go hard on the lady on this one. Like, why would you treat your guy this way? He's doing good dad stuff, and you're gonna go do what? So, just putting it out there. I think you ladies would be on the guy's side on this story just because I know this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have 4 kids to have a no contact deal. I don't know if that's healthy for the children to have a no contact deal because you do have to at least have a business relationship when there's kids involved.
Yeah.
So it's a tough game on this one. I don't think there's a healthy way to say don't talk to the person that makes it you have to co-parent. But I would say having an armor up or a boundary to make sure that this stays business professional, because otherwise this person seems to have a happiness to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
And this one does seem to have no problem hurting you at all. I just know this one story, so I'm a little more attached to it. My normal answer probably would be a little more generalized. I just really know the guy's situation.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's probably not helpful. I would just say, hey, your ex is a business relationship now as much as you want to win them back.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Unless it's court ordered, then that's different. But we don't know that.
We don't. It's a different country, so I do know it's different. The rules are different there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, let's get into some stuff.
Yeah.
This should catch some people off guard, but I do challenge the warrior inside of you to really go like, is that true or not true? Is that real or not real? Do I resonate with that or not? Now, just so you are aware, I am not speaking in absolutes. I'm going to go ahead and go with the high 90+%. But if you happen to be one of the ones who are in this like 10% window, good on you. And if you think you're in the 10% window, but you're triggered, you're not.
Yes. Yes. And really give it some thought, because it's very easy to be like, that's not me. But really, really challenge yourself to see, like, could this be me? Could be. Maybe it's not.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the easy one and let's see what you guys got. And I want you guys to put up in the chats, both on YouTube and on TikTok, what do you believe when people are doing self-work, they're doing the work on themselves, is the toughest obstacle for men to overcome? Like if a guy's got to do self-work, if a guy's got to do the work, he's working on his things. What is the toughest fight do you believe guys have to go against to be like, dang, that was tough?
Carrie, ego.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Just start throwing them up there. Like, man, men have to work on self-work and they think ego is the toughest. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris, you already know you were part of the call this morning with the guys when we were really challenging out the ideas. Jealousy. I always love fighting jealousy. Jealousy is so easy to beat if you understand it.
The mind and retention.
Mm-hmm. Mind and retention.
Courage.
Their own mind. Yeah, that's a good one.
Guess. Yeah.
Those are good guesses. Courage is a neat one to put on there. Hey, keep it going. Keep it going. And on YouTube, you guys, if you guys have some guesses, like what is it? The hardest thing, if guys are doing the self-work, where is the part where you're like, I don't want to do that one. Let's go do a different one. I don't want to do that lesson. That lesson makes me feel not good. I don't want to do that lesson. Where is the area where it's like time to do your self-work where you're like, can we skip this lesson?
Yeah. And user, with a whole bunch of numbers. We'll get to your question. I just screenshot it, so we'll get to it.
Good one, yeah. We got sadness. We've got owning faults, those kind of things.
I got yours too, Flash.
Damn, Flash.
Opening up to others on YouTube. Katie. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, fear. Yeah, opening up to others. Twinkie Cream. Good to see you on there.
How to love yourself.
What's up, Honey Badger? There you are.
Brian, we'll get to yours.
Brian,
too.
That one seems personal, bud. that one definitely happened to you when owning my shit, but then being told I'm manipulating in feelings that I might be, and then whatever comes next. What's up? C2 Vets. Let's see. Accepting others. Good one.
Accountability.
This is pretty cool. I love what you guys are putting down here.
Someone said.
This is a little tricky, right? Vulnerability. Good one, Hope. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Remember, what is the toughest thing for men when we're doing the deep work stuff? Where do guys get like, oh, that's tough?
Asking for help.
Yeah, asking for help is a big one. It's a fact for us dudes. Before we even get to the point where we even work on ourselves, we have to hit some sort of crisis before we even take advice. We're stubborn. There's a reason why we're stubborn. We're taught to be stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear when opening up to the most important partner that isn't. What does it say?
Be okay, say play.
Okay.
You read it right, baby.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Traxler, you're going to like this conversation.
New warrior mindset, trying to work on myself and my family. Yeah, looking forward to having more time with you.
Out of the two, I said, I think retention is the hardest.
Retention. Okay. What's up, Magnus Carter?
Yeah. Should you give him the answer?
All right, so some of you had it, and some of you were close to it, and you think it'd be accountability, or it's going to be ego. Guys actually really don't struggle with that side very much. Men shame themselves far more than blame others. You guys would be really surprised, especially the ladies, because they're like, if this group is anything like our group, those guys talk so much shit. It's
No,
like,
that's right.
actually, I removed the blame throwing and the things about, like, you have to take accountability for her stuff, her stuff, her stuff. Like, we remove that. Guys don't do that. We come in, and the most common thing the guys are saying is, how come I can't make her happy? What am I doing that's not good enough? How am I not doing this right? What can I do to be better because it's not working? Why am I never good enough? Guys shame stack. They beat themselves up. They take all of the hits you've given them and they own them harder than you ever believe. And so when it comes time for guys to do the deep work, the lesson that gets guys caught the hardest is when they have to fight their feelings.
Mm.
If I told the boys, I'm like, you can either box this dude, get punched in the face a bunch, or we're going to talk about your deep feelings today. They're like, so how long has the guy been boxing for? How good is he? Have you ever got a trophy? Because I don't know how hard is he going to hit me. Like, so you got a belt? The guys don't want to get into this one because we as men are taught to suppress. We have to deny our own feelings, our own emotions, because we are shamed, blamed, and judged, rejected, and hurt because of our having feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with our women, we've had the empathy conversations. A very small amount of women truly care about their men's feelings, not his well-being, his feelings. So having his shoes or doing laundry or washing a dish or making a food is not a feeling. Those are well-being, which is still useful, but not a feeling. But if a guy's like, my heart is beat down today. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Stop crying about it. Be a man.
Oh,
Stop being such a sissy about it.
Can I just stop you for a second?
Sure.
Because not once have you ever came to me. First of all, you don't really say those things that often. Like, you don't really do that. But I can't even imagine saying that back to somebody, no matter even who it is, just as a human being. I would like to ask the guys, is what he just said, please, do you guys find this to be accurate? Because it almost seems like it's made up bullshit.
All
It
right.
really
Yeah.
does from the side.
Please challenge it.
It's
Please.
so
Guys, if we said, all right, let's get you on stage and we're going to open up your feelings for everybody. Does that
no,
sound fun?
that's not the part. The part that I'm saying, like, as men, if you're saying, hey, babe, like, my heart is really hurting, is the response from the women like, step up and be a man? Why are you being weak? Are there women that are doing that?
Have you guys ever experienced when you opened your heart that it was not received with empathy? It was beat down. You were not treated with, like, your heart, my man, please share with me. You can open up with me.
It's one thing, and it sounds like everybody's like, yeah, absolutely happens all the time. Ex-wife, that's why she's probably ex, but starting with your mom, or yeah, like I could see moms with boys doing that. That's the part I can see. But as you're growing up and as a woman knowing better, you would hope that you would do better. I don't even imagine, like, I can't imagine you coming to me and being very hurt. And my first response was like, figure it out, or man up, or like, as a human being, I don't understand that behavior at all.
Well, we've had those talks where, like, you said the spilled milk thing. Like,
Yeah.
if I were to cry over something, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, and you wouldn't understand why I was crying. So let's just say that I was overwhelmed. And then something that you didn't think was a big deal, it got me. That was my straw that broke my back. And so here I am trying to, like, I'm just working on a thing or putting the girls will have a thing and I'm just putting it together and I can't get it right. And I just start crying because I can't get the pieces to fit together. I can't get it.
Yeah.
And that cracks me.
Yeah.
Would you be like, That's my man right there.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I'd be like, "What the heck is
I'm
happening?"
like, I can't get the pieces together. I can't get them
Well, that
together.
is so far from who you
No,
are. So
just hear me out.
I would say
If I had just
eh
decades of damage just hit the edge, it cracked me, and it was a thing that wasn't really all of that damage,
yeah.
but my heart was so hurt
Mhm.
that something just triggered it. It was something that seemed small, it seemed stupid, it seemed so minuscule,
Mhm.
but that's the thing that just tipped that just pushed it right over
Yeah.
all of that damage inside of me. Would you be wondering, "Well, what kind of damage is going on in my man?"
This
And would
is
you be like, "Are you really crying over not putting
no,
those together?"
well, when at first I would be like, "What the heck are you crying about?" Like, not I would in my mind, I wouldn't say that to you. I would be like, "What is wrong? Are you okay?" If then you start to open up about your feelings, that's a very different conversation because now you're opening up and I'm
Right.
like, "Okay, now I can see where you're coming from. This isn't about you not being able to put the tool together."
And I'm
Right?
like this, and I'm listen, just I'm like, this thing is so stupid. This thing is I can't get it, and I'm trying to get this stupid thing.
Knowing me, I'd be like, "Here, let me
Don't
get it."
touch it. I got stop it. I'm really trying to do this. Just let me do
I'd be
it.
like, "What is going
I can't get
on?"
the damn thing together. You
In
know?
this situation, immediately, I'm like, "What is going on?
Right.
Are you okay?
I'm not
Hand
okay.
me
I
the
can't get it
beard
together.
balm. I will
Yeah.
help you." But if you were, like, sincerely like, "This is really hurting me," I would be
But guys have been taught not to say this is really hurting me. And
sure,
ladies attest,
sure.
something so stupid, something so small, like you
Me too,
can't get that
Chris.
thing together. You
Yeah.
can't get it together. You'd be like, what are you doing? Like, give me the stupid thing. What are you complaining about? This, why are you being a crybaby over the
I
freaking beer bomb lid? What is your problem today?
so hold on a second because I really have a hard time thinking that's the scenario. I
Mm.
really do.
Fellas,
Please
fellas,
prove like, I
you'll
wanna
have a thing that like that's the straw that broke your
like,
back.
what
Is she
women
truly empathetic to your heart, or is she going, quit crying over bullshit?
what woman is saying that to their guys? "Quit crying over bullshit." Like, that is very emasculating, I believe. I also think that it comes across as, like, being just a overly bad mother. Like, I can't even imagine Christy's with me. She's like, "I can't imagine doing that." Like, that's just tough behavior. Yeah, Danny's like, "We can't understand because we don't think that way." I yeah, I don't
So this is where it gets in, the guys. And now I'm saying, if you truly are an empathetic woman to your man, not your friends, not your TV shows, not another woman, your man only, your man. When you see him down and out, beat up,
Mhm,
struggling, I just lost my job. I just got my ass kicked
mhm,
today. I'm really struggling. I think I'm struggling with, I'm so sad and depressed. I've never really worked through some of these things. And he's just moping and he's down.
mhm,
I'd be hard pressed if the guys are saying when I'm in my feels, I was treated with love and empathy and compassion and nurture,
mhm.
or they're most
It
likely getting the ick and getting rejected. I've even
sure.
seen guys go, okay,
Well
you say you want me to open up my heart to you and really open it. And I've seen guys who will be with their wives who go, I will open it up, and they open the floodgates and unload damage, and their ugly face crying, and they're really being vulnerable and really being open. And that woman lose interest, sleep in another bedroom, and
mhm,
eventually leave him because she could no longer be attracted to him anymore. What is that thing where if he really is being open-hearted and vulnerable,
mhm,
there wasn't empathy there, there was rejection there? What's the
mhm.
lesson?
Yeah, they don't share. Yeah, and it is yeah, it's I get it. I understand it. I'm also not one to really openly, like, share my feelings and become more emotional probably this year than you've probably ever seen me, but I it's interesting, and I can't say that it's hard for me to understand the scenario you're talking about because it is so harsh. On the flip side of things, my awareness has been so turned up recently that when tell the stories and then you open up your awareness as a woman and start paying attention to what other women are talking about or who they're talking about, like, It is. It's like, oh my gosh, like women are doing this. And it's super sad. I'm like,
Yeah. How many women do you know? Like, you all have women who can't wait to dog on their dude.
yes. Even here, okay. This just happened the other day. I'm not gonna say where I was at, but I was in a public setting with a crowd of people. And the undermining of, like, those snide comments about their husbands or significant others, like, "Oh, can you go and get me" I'm just gonna use it, "Can you go and get me popcorn?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I knew you would." Like, and it's not a joke. It's like this just almost like they're trying to be the boss, or maybe it's control over their partner. I don't under I don't understand that, and it is happening more often, or they'll talk shit about him as soon as he walks away. I d I don't understand that.
Ladies, you guys are connected with that one. I'm not, they don't put us boys in those conversations, but you girls know the ones that she's talking about that, like, as soon as the husband's not around, they bash him.
And sometimes these people are married for years and years and years, and it is so hard, like, I've been sharing with you lately, like, I've been, like, pushing back in openly and publicly, and that's not something I would ever do before, but I did call a mom out the other day, and I was like, "And that's what you deserve," because that was out of line. But I think it's going to take women kind of, like, calling each other out for just not nice behavior, and I see it. You've opened my eyes a lot to that, and I'm like, "I didn't realize this much was out here," but when you start looking for it, you start seeing it a lot.
It's right there.
I'm like,
You heard what
"Yes.
she said, right? That
Yes,
was
it
really not
is."
nice to him. That's rough. I don't think that golden rule would work in that scenario. That's very unkind.
Yeah.
All right. So, for guys, we're seeing there is a reason guys have had to deny their own feelings. And every guy in here, just to make it easy, just put a Y in the chat if you've done this, and put an N in the chat if you've never done this. Yes, I have suppressed my emotions because I don't think anybody cares. Or no, I've never suppressed because everyone truly cares about my feelings. So, fellas,
I'm gonna put a Y in there
just
myself.
fellas. No, I mean just the guys. Let's
Yeah.
see, am I bullshit or not? All right,
Yeah.
every and before you girls go, what about us? We'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you in a second. All right. So yes, I have no guys yet who don't suppress their feelings. Don't push it down, push it down, push it down. No one cares. Push it down. I'm just gonna go on, is what it is, push it down. And that's the dude's thing. And so when it comes time to go, hey, let's open up that chest of all of the emotions you've been pushing down since you were 11 years old. And they're like, ha,
Mm-mm.
freak that.
I'm out.
We are we how about we can say I did it and we never do it.
I've seen you have conversations with guys, even if it's been on a podcast, where you start to talk about feelings, and I visibly have seen the uncomfortableness from men and just deflect onto something else sometimes because they don't wanna deal with it. And, of course, what do? You pull them right back in it. You're like, "Nope, let's sit in it together."
Let's go be human.
Yeah.
Let's go be human. That's funny, but they blame the suppression on the patriarchy system that's in place, which is funny because I had a conversation with somebody about the patriarchy. It was on one of the podcasts I just did. And I was like, if the patriarchy is really all like the guys in control, how come we're getting our asses kicked so bad by our own stuff? Like it didn't make any sense. It very quickly ate itself. So it's just really funny that, like, the reason guys suppress themselves is because men made it so that guys can't be humans. We're like, I don't think so, because the most empathy I've ever seen from men has come from men. I did a survey on this. So let's go in and do the other side. So, guys, it was feelings. And every guy in here suppresses because, ladies, you're not being as safe as you think. But what about them? What about them? That's why. That thing that you do, or what about them? That's why you're not safe to talk to. So let's get into the hardest thing for women. Let's see how aware you ladies are. I've been working with women's groups. I've worked with women. I do work with women. I do the real calls. and I haven't seen a woman yet who doesn't struggle with this battle. And if you're one of my ladies, like Christy, don't say it. What is the hardest battle for women to overcome when they're doing their deep work? And my warrior guys, don't put it out there. What is the hardest battle for women when we start getting into women's stuff? This is the toughest obstacle to overcome for them doing their own work on their things. And it can take us weeks just to get through this one thing when I'm working with a group of women. Do you ladies know your toughest part when you're doing self-work? Let's see how aware the ladies are of their own self-work, because they're real quick to tell the boys. But how aware are you of women with your own self-work, the toughest part for women to overcome? Danielle, your own inner critic, good one.
Self-criticism,
good one, Gina. Yeah, inner critic, self-criticism. There's a lot of negative self-talk with the ladies. A lot of beat yourself up for no reason. Guys, we should do a thing where we're like, who's better at kicking their own ass? Because both parties, it'd be a throwdown battle.
Yeah.
Because women can't look in the mirror without being brutal. I've heard the stuff that women have said.
Self-worth, self-validation instead of external.
Love it. Good one, Susu.
Yeah. Forgiveness, unconditional love, giving grace.
Tough ones.
Negative thoughts that aren't true.
Ooh, Gina's crushing today. Good ones. These are great, ladies.
Good to see you, Ginger Ninja, by the way.
That is the Ginger Ninja.
Yeah.
I'm a little
failure.
I'm a little salty, Ginger Ninja, that your color on your photo is black and white, because it needs like that red hair needs to be flying strong. All right, lady, keep going. What do you think? Let's see if the guys are aware. You're not in trouble. It's all on me. Rick made me say it. You guys can put it all on me. What do you think the hardest thing for women? And if you're my warriors, don't put it down there. The hardest thing for women to overcome. We got control, accountability of fault, your own accountability, confidence. Accountability is dropping often. Weight, actually, just so you know, Ginger Ninja, the weight one doesn't come up that often. Especially the men, almost, I don't think it's ever really come up that weight is a problem. That's women to women, just so you know. Let's see. I don't see anything here. So I see honesty and feelings, submission, good one. Listen to sympathize, nice one. Pride. Communication. These are great. These are really good ones. You guys are doing a really good job here. What is the toughest thing for women when we're doing women's groups and it comes time for them to do their inner work? This is the biggest obstacle for the ladies. What do you think it is?
Fear of accountability, listening to understand, self-respect, emotional manipulation.
Hit the like button. Good
forgiveness.
One,
listen, not to respond. We know that one.
Listen to understand, not to fix
or react.
We all know that one.
Everybody does. One, yeah.
Admitting our part in the issue. Susu, you're on fire today.
Controlling of how things are done.
Oh, Danielle,
that's a good one.
So true.
Self-value without being useful. Yeah, that's a good one. I can relate to that.
You know what, Diane? Well played.
Yep. Self-awareness, empathy. A lot of good guesses. Control, denial.
These are fantastic.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, the empathy one, we don't get far enough into it because you need the first part down before ladies even get to that one. This is the one that's in the way. I can't even get them to empathy until this thing is addressed. And this is the hardest hurdle. I'll give you guys the category that it's in. It is in the denial category. It's in the denial category for both men and women. It is the toughest part. It's in the denial category, just done differently. Men suppress, but women have a hard time with something else.
Maybe we should tell them.
We will. Oh, it's coming. I just want to see what it is. Good one. The avoiding one. Ginger Ninja. Well done. Fear. It's a big one.
Go.
It's a big one that attacks, but fear is easier to beat than this one.
Insecurities, letting go.
Okay, you guys are starting to get it now. All right. This is one where I want you to challenge because I had my women got together today and we threw it out and we couldn't find another one. And the women who have done deep work with me were like, no argument. There was no argument on this one. The hardest thing for women to be able to handle is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and go, what the fuck? The hardest hurdle for women is the truth. The reason why is because things will make you feel bad, and being a creature of feeling, you'll immediately want to not feel bad. And so we'll go into some sort of defense to not feel those feelings. This is where your defense mechanisms come in because the truth is generally not going to be the persona you've been trying to protect yourself with. The reason that I say truth is because women consistently lie to themselves and then try and sell that persona to the world. Makeup, the way we clothe, how we interact in the group, the personality that we try to portray, the way we want to fit in with everybody, the type of behavior I'll do in one group and not another, the way I behave with this person and not that person. They'll alter themselves to fit in because acceptance and
Yeah.
approval is a core piece for women.
Mm-hmm.
And so they won't be authentic to themselves. They'll be what seems to be working best so they fit in.
Mm-hmm.
They'll compromise their authenticity for the complacency of the group or the conformity of the group. That's a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't met a woman yet who does not have a denial system because of comparison and because of having to alter themselves to fit in and being able to be honest to themselves about it. That's the hardest one. I'm not saying you have to go have confession with everybody. I'm saying you can't look and go, I am going to be absolutely honest, not judgmental, not shameful, not mean, not cruel, not ridicule, but honest. That is simply what this is. That is what that is. And so you'll start going into protecting yourself by creating alternate identities. Even the concept of makeup itself is designed to mask you to be something that you authentically are not. That's got a big piece of non-reality is there. I do not want to face what is, and the war with what is denial. Women will protect themselves with a very different persona that they will sell to be approved of and accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Men will suppress all of their feelings so they're approved of and accepted. Strong, stoic. Don't talk about your feelings. I'm the rock.
Mm-hmm.
But this denial window is the hardest spot for both men and women. Denial is the toughest section because being able to be honest and then being able to remove the suppression system, these are the parts that just jam up the men and the women. The women, when it comes down to truth, it takes weeks to knock this one down because they still want to sell the I got it all together, boss babe bullshit. No, you don't. Don't lie to me to help me believe your lie.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with yourself. Now, the guys don't do it that way. The guys just go like, we push it down, we push it down. I don't want to talk about the feelings. Let's talk about my skills. Let's talk about my achievements. Let's talk about this stuff, more masculine stuff. But when it comes down to like, tell me your heart, bro. Man, I don't want to tell you. Man, I don't want to tell you my heart. No, let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about a victory.
Yeah.
This is the spot that people get hurt the most because they have to be honest with themselves. And the denial window, it's the hardest. Now, denial is directly connected to distractions. This is a free pass for distractions. I don't want to deal with what is, and so I want anything to make me feel good so I don't have to think about what is.
Yeah.
And so this is where the distraction element, and some of you are on it right now, which we're happy to be your distraction tonight because unfortunately this distraction turned into you looking inward and you're like, oh, this dick, this guy. But you're finding your real stuff. If you found yourself triggered by this or you find yourself defensive, you're like, no, 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 you don't. If you're in that thing right now, odds are we're in your area.
Mhm. And Eddie said women place themselves in the drama. You talk about this a lot, how women tend to find relatability with negative thoughts, and that is very, very true. How often do you see another woman really cheering for someone else, like in really cheering for somebody else, if it's not like a family member, or maybe it's at work, and maybe that also is different too, but it's rare that you find women that are truly happy for other women
Yeah.
if there's not some ulterior motive for it.
It's very true.
Mhm.
And this is where I say this is like the 90% plus ladies. Now, if you're the woman who's like, no, I hit rock bottom, I am humbled down, and I do have the ability to be honest and authentic to myself for real. I have cut away all of the bullshit. I
Yeah.
have knocked off the fake persona. I'm not pretending to be something different. I really am authentic. Even if people don't like it, I'm being the true me.
Mhm.
You are in that single digit percentage, ladies, which good on you. You're really doing the work. Your next step would be the accountability piece. And then beyond that, truly being empathetic to your guy. There's a way to do it. There's a way, and honesty and truth to thyself is the fastest path. So if you're in that group of ladies, you're a fucking warrior badass, and I'm very proud of you. That's awesome. But if you're getting triggered by this, work on your honesty to yourself, because that's the hardest one. Denial. Remember, I said women gaslight their own introspection. They lie to themselves about what they are doing. Even if it betrays the golden rule, it will be justified to be okay if I do it, but nobody else should do it because they are bad.
Mhm.
And guys will just go like, well, I guess I'm bad then. And so they push it down and push it down and push it down.
Yeah.
I guess I'm bad then. And that's why you guys have seen, and you girls
Well, and
know the ones we're talking
but
about.
I
You
yeah,
know it. You
you
know, as soon as your friend comes up and goes, I just got a promotion and everything's going so great. You're like, that's so good for you. And then she walks away. She's like, that bitch thinks she's so cool.
mm-mm.
You know who I'm talking about. You have seen it in with your
Mhm.
own
I
eyes.
have.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I'm with the boys. We don't do that. We don't go like, "Oh, good job, man." Like, "He thinks he's so cool." We don't do that. We're like, "That's actually really good. I'm really happy for him, man. His family needs that."
Mhm.
Guys don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. I'm wondering if women don't do that is because other women can see possibly when people aren't being authentic, and so it comes across as no one being authentic to who they are. So when someone says, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this," they're not really like, that's all you know about them, which should be enough for you to be like, "Okay, congrats." Like, it doesn't really matter, even though you may not have some tragic story that you can only show appreciation when things are tragic, only positive, like, what is that? Because there is a thing that women do with that competition thing,
Mhm.
where they can only be almost like happy for someone on their own terms.
I want you to do better, just not better than me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There's always a comparison though, and that's
Yeah,
why groups of women, usually there's a high amount of depression in the group. Because there's though it's even
yeah.
funnier too. I just worked with a woman on this the other day where they're like, "Oh, I know exactly which matriarch woman you're talking about in the circle. She's always dressed to the nines, always pushing out this big energy, this big personality, high sales pitch on everything." You good?
Yeah.
All right, baby. And then she's the loud one. You know who I'm talking about. And then that lady will work with someone like me and go like, that's all just the show for you. That's not her real stuff. Her real stuff. She's not happy. She's not okay. She doesn't believe in herself the way she's portraying. It's all just the facade. So that way
Mhm.
you follow.
It's all external.
It's,
It's nothing's real about it.
yeah, it's not true.
Yeah.
And so you're going to feel not good enough because you don't have the confidence of this person. Well, I got good news for you. Neither do they.
Mhm. And would you say it's fair to say, and I could probably answer this question myself, but the reason that women are like that is because they are not okay with themselves and understanding who they really are, correct? Because if you really were.
Can't. Since you guys were maybe even preteen, as soon as you started developing into woman, the comparisons start immediately.
Mhm, but how do you then, as a woman, get rid of that?
you're going to have to do some deep work challenging, even at the risk of women losing their
Mhm.
friend group. You're going to have
Yeah.
to risk outgrowing your friend group, because if they do not accept you authentically, this is not your friend. Remember,
Exactly.
the circumstances do not define you, they reveal you to
Mhm.
yourself. And if you're looking at how
Yeah.
much you compromise yourself for conformity,
Yes.
how much
Yeah.
of you do you get rid of for
Or
yourself so that way you fit in with that group of women?
Mhm.
And I've seen women, we've had them in our groups where they're like, they get dressed way beyond the nines just to go see their certain group of girls. And
Mhm.
even the guy is like, who are you dressing up for? And they're like, you don't understand. You don't understand the level of competition that just exists in this group.
Mhm.
And us guys are like, we don't. Why are you guys doing that? For who? I'm right here. What are you doing that for?
Mhm.
And they would be like, no, I got to take it to the top for this group. This group, they've got plastic surgery done and they dress with expensive things and they've
Yeah.
got the bags and they've
'Cause
got the
yeah.
looks and all the makeup and the hair. And I got to look good or else I'll look like the scrub in this group. And you're
Well,
like,
it's yeah,
what?
everything's based off of an external, like, acceptance. Like, that is exhausting, and
Mm-hmm.
ask me how I know.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's a real thing. Like, that's something that I have really struggled with, probably up until this last year, like, and I'm still working on it, but just the acceptance of yourself, because we've been having conversations of, like, this whole fucking thing of, like, self-love. Like, I really stuck on it because everyone's talking about it, and it's now become a meme of, like, meme therapy. "Oh, yeah, you just have to love yourself." No one even knows what that means or even how to do it, um, especially women. And, like, what does that even mean? Because in the same breath you're saying that, then you're out, like, shaking your ass at the same time. Well, why are you shaking your ass if you have self-love? Like, where again, that's external validation. Like, what is that? Like, that's really got me hot lately. Like, where is the self-love? Like, what does that even mean for people? Is it just because I don't look for external validation from people? And I know within myself, I am good.
I can't answer that for women because that's obviously got to be an internal answer. But I,
Mhm.
I can see the systems in place that are
Mhm.
happening. So you're talking about two different things: self love and then external validation for shaking your ass are two different categories. This is where it's one of those things where I say the self love thing. I think there's a path. I think there is.
Mhm.
And so this is where I start off at the beginning whenever I work with people with like self love. I'm like, do you at least like yourself? Like, on a first date, you don't start off with like, "Hi, my name is Rick. Love me forever." Like, you don't do that. You don't just go
Yeah.
love. You don't jump to love. You go with, "I like you." And then you go into like, "I really enjoy time with you. I like you a lot." And then you start getting into like, "I love spending time with you. I think I'm crushing on you. Like,
Mhm.
I'm thinking about you. I think about you all the time." And then
Mhm.
you get into like, "You are very important to me. You're my main person." Until
Mhm.
you go like, "I am in love with you. I love you. And I
Mhm.
really do. I really love you." And to go through the stages, like ladies think they have to jump right to like love. They're like, well, which persona do you love? Because your real
Mhm.
one, you're not being honest with. And so, which personality did you create? Your work personality? Which personality? With the school board personality? Which one did you say I love? Because there's too many personalities in this game. I don't know which one you're talking about. The one when you're with your friends? That's the one you love?
Mhm.
This is where truth and introspection become the problem. No, no, be honest. Be honest with yourself. Do you really like you? Just like you. Do you like spending time with you alone? Are you fun or are you just disinterested? Whatever. I'm just so bored. Are you fun to be with by yourself? If you're not fun to be with by yourself and just expect everybody to love you when you don't even really like hanging out with you, that's a big thing to ask of people.
Mhm.
So at least start liking being with you, like hanging out with you, like doing stuff with you. I love my own hobbies and I like doing things I enjoy and I like my things. I like listening to my own conversation and I'm kind to me and I'm nice to me. I'm being good to me. I like being with me. And work your way up to going like, I actually truly am proud of and love myself.
Mhm.
I look in the mirror and I don't see shame. I look in the mirror and I don't cut me down. I look in the mirror and I don't criticize, and I don't put me down into a place to make me feel worse. For what fucking reason? And then you look for validation for other people to make you feel good by being something inauthentic to get it. Truth is the hardest fight. It's the hardest fight for ladies. It's the one that gets everyone jammed up. It's the hardest fight. And that's what we're trying to help our ladies, is like working towards that authenticity in yourself will give you a fighting chance to even like you, because you know you again. And then you have a chance to go, I actually like being with me. And I don't require outside validation from things I have to pretend to be so that I can get it. I can like me and like being with me, just myself.
Yeah.
And the more you like and love yourself, the more you can accept like and love from others. And let's fucking punch you in the face with it. How do you really accept that somebody else likes and loves you when you can't do it yourself?
Yeah.
It's rejected. It's a belief system that you don't feel worthy of. If you can't do that, and then you get mad at others for not doing it, what a hypocrisy. That's a truth. That can we really get into the fact that you're asking people to do something that you can't do yourself, and you're mad at them for doing it?
Yeah.
This is truth. Now, authenticity is where I would start with you ladies, and it's a bad word when we get started. Is that really truly you, or are you trying to just sell it to me so that I like you? So that I think that you're cool or smart or you're whatever? You trying to just sell it so the group approves of you? Or is that your real thing, even if everyone doesn't agree and doesn't like it? Can you be courageous enough to accept your own authenticity, even if people will hate you for it?
Yeah.
Most will not. Most people will conform to be included.
Yeah.
For belonging.
Because I think that one of the human needs is it's to have human connection and to not be lonely.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
Let's see if the bullshit works. How many of you ladies don't have very many women friends because of this stuff? Like, have more guys who are friends, or don't have, like, I can't trust ladies anymore. The girls have all screwed me over. How many of you just have more guys who you can friends? So Sarah's like, I cut them all out.
There's a lot of women that don't have friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, if you want to hear her better, go to YouTube, because the microphone right here is set on the YouTube channel.
Also, Randy, I'm with you. I don't have female friends, but I also don't have male friends either, because I also think that would be weird. That's inappropriate. That's my own personal preference. But yeah, it's harder the older you get. But when you start to work on yourself, you do look for more authentic people, and that's really hard to find.
Yeah, look at the ladies. No lady friends, no lady friends. One female friend, no lady friends, zero friends. Like, you see a lot of the ladies going like, yeah, I'm like that, Sarah. I have no friends there.
Yeah. Telling you. Yeah.
Like, and so then I start looking at just the behavior of it. Like, oh, I got one here who's like, no, I got good friends like that. And then I've got 10 who don't. Well, that means 1 out of 11.
There's not one woman yet that's been like, actually, I have a lot of great girlfriends. I would challenge you to heighten your awareness. I haven't seen it yet, honestly. Like, I really haven't. And the only time I see women supporting each other is on social media. I don't even know if they know each other in real life. It's nonsense.
They don't know the real stuff. Well, they support the story they see on social media.
No.
Not the truth.
No, it's not the truth. It's all fucking make-believe. I'm so sick of this world.
Put your best foot forward. The people who
I'd rather
like the happy family photo.
And it is sad. Like, I am okay with not, like, would I like to have some good girlfriends? Like, yeah. But who can you trust? Like, who can you really be yourself with and not be judged? Like, I don't know.
I have a theory for you ladies. We are working on this. This will be later this year.
I get along better with men too, Cheryl. But when you're married, also, I'm not gonna be like, hey, Rick, old Carl over here, him and I just get along really good, so I'm gonna go hang out with him. That also doesn't fly. So if I was single, yeah, I've always gotten along better with men, but at some point you got to cut them off when you're married. That's just my opinion.
She's got her beliefs. I don't push on her beliefs. If it's her beliefs, they're hers.
That would be weird.
It's your,
I can't even imagine.
I just allow you. You be you, baby. I'm not in the way. I'm not.
That would be weird.
I don't tell you who you can and can't hang out with. That's just your thing.
Okay.
How many times have I told you who you can and can't hang out with?
No, you don't. But I'm very vocal about my belief, though. So I don't think you ever have to challenge it.
but you're trying to give me like some sort of brownie points for things. I'm just like, that's what you believe. I'm not even with or against. That's just I accept.
Yeah. Phil, you are my friend. You are absolutely my friend. Yeah.
But I don't give any guff for this. I like that thing. We the people yell Jumanji in this show of false reality. That's funny. Jumanji. Yeah. Let's get out of here. We're in the jungle.
I think that because it would make us uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely. It would make that doesn't fly for me. Like it doesn't fly.
Let's go into the truth. Why are you uncomfortable with the females being around?
Because you can't trust either one most of the time.
Well, let's just say why can't the lady be there? Let's say the guy's up and up.
Yeah.
Let's say the guy is really like, no, I don't do that shit.
No, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You're going to get me fired up. And I feel like you're doing this on purpose to set me up.
I'm asking for your opinion.
It doesn't matter. As soon as you start bringing in the opposite sex around, having one-off conversations, men are friends with women because there is some type of attraction. You know who told me that? You. So you cannot tell me. Yes, you.
From Steve Harvey.
Nope. You used to say that all the time. So you used to say that. So you said men are talk to women, they're friends with women because there is some sort of attraction, whether they like the way they look or they like the way they talk. So there is not any ounce in me that's going to say, I'm cool, hang out with all the ladies you want. Hell no. No, right. I think it brings a point. Well, hold on.
With the ladies.
Hold on.
Go with the girls.
If women are saying we can't trust women, we can't even be open with them, why would I want them around my guy? Just to add more drama? Also, with men like you that are like, women cause issues, whatever you say, why would you even want to hang out with them in the first place? So then it almost proves my point. If you wanted to hang out with them when you talk shit about them, then what is that? Don't get me. So you got me fired up. You got me fired up.
Out right now. Who are you? Who are you?
I don't trust it. I think when you are married, there is a separation. Whether you judge me for it or not, this is really what my belief is. It is, if you have a female friend, we talk in the open, right? Not fucking behind closed doors, being sneaky and these one-off text messages. We don't do that shit. I wouldn't do it to you. You better not do it to me. I get fired up about it because I believe there's an old soul in me. And you don't do that shit to people. Like, fucking be trustworthy. So anyway.
See. You good?
Or when you're, yeah.
You good?
Thank you.
So no lady friends for you, huh?
Not in general. Like if you're like, I'm going to start hanging out with old whoever on the weekends and, every once in a while. Oh my God, Deanna, Snapchat. This is the last time, and you guys got me fired up because those of you that have been around for a long time are like putting in the little digs. They're setting me up. They're setting me up. Oh my God.
Danielle's setting you up.
Danielle is setting me up.
Ladies looking out for ladies. She set you up.
This is what I will tell you. And I believe this also to my core. When you talk about authenticity, welcome. This is me. If you are married or in a relationship with a grown ass person, male or female, and they have fucking Snapchat, it's a deal breaker. Cut it off. That would be a deal breaker. A deal breaker. It is nothing but toxic behavior. Toxic.
Wait, are you telling me an app that's designed to delete messages after you send them is not designed for sharing?
Correct.
What?
Correct.
Something that's meant to be like, I only see it for a second and then it's gone and then you never know about it. You're going to tell me that's somehow shady.
Shady. Won't do it. Won't do it. It is such a, I have very hard deal breakers. I do. if you're going to choose to be with someone, then be trustworthy. Like, just fucking be trustworthy. Snapchat. Yeah, exactly.
Our 15-year-old daughter, she said, I said it on a couple podcasts already. When it comes to truth, women are really good at pointing out everybody else's, but terrible at their own.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these things that we're saying, like, I don't like when women do that, and I don't like when women do that. And you're like, do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't call it that when I do it.
Yeah.
It's different when I do it.
No, it's the same. And I'm saying I'm perfect or super innocent about certain things because I know that I do it. Sometimes I deny it, but when I have to really look at myself, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But there are some things I'm like, just like us having friends and stuff like that, going back to that, or having Snapchat, you don't have to ever guess. Like, nope. Mm-mm. Nope, not doing it.
You good, babe?
Yeah, I'm good. My face is hot.
Yeah. Did you get it out?
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, volcano there.
It's because these people. Thank you. I appreciate you guys sticking up for like saying you like me. I appreciate it. It helps with my external validation that I needed.
Let her know she's awesome, guys. She needs it.
So dumb. So sweet though.
That's funny.
They said we've both been, I think you meant feisty lately. Listen, whoever was on a call with him yesterday, believe me, I was here.
Listen, I smashed.
Imagine being in person.
I was going in hot last night. I was going hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had some powerful trainings yesterday. I was going hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We have our days. We're human.
Yeah. Thank you, Derek. Say it again. Screenshot that. I'm going to screenshot it and I'm just going to send it to him whenever he's mad at me. I'll be like, here you go.
Thank you,
Here
Derek.
you go.
Thank you, Derek.
I am screenshotting that. Someone said the other day in the comments, we have a very silly relationship too. And someone said, you won the, I don't know.
There's some sort of
lottery. Yeah. Luck of like lottery of love or whatever, talking about me. So of course I was like, send it over. Send it over. Yeah.
I'm like, you girls sure do get a lot of external validation. I can see why this attention thing can get confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Which of you gets the most validation from this, girl power?
Thank you. I appreciate it. So many screenshots.
Yeah,
I'll send you the Zelle later.
Yeah. She'll send your payments. Just invoice her, guys.
Yeah, that's all. It's so silly.
That is funny. Ah, gracious. That's good, baby. Good job. So, something to think about. Now, yeah, for the guys, being able to talk about our emotions, that's the hard part. We don't get this validation as guys.
I tell you, I'm proud of you, though.
Well, yeah, baby.
And
now we do.
Yeah.
We've had to do a lot of growing.
We really have.
We've had to do a lot of growing. And so it's a tough deal. There's been some tough obstacles. We've had to work real hard on ourselves. And this is the stuff too, because you've had to work a lot harder on, like, you're working on that truth thing, and you're working on that being able to like be vulnerable, because you've had to be the hard one for your lifestyle before I was around.
Yeah.
And then for me to work on that soft side.
We literally were functioning humans the opposite of who we are now. And I'm still like, I mean, every day is a journey, right? But yeah, coming into our dynamic, I was like, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'll do this. Like I have always played more of the masculine role in the relationship. I've taken care of everything, making sure everybody's good. And so being with him, it took me a long time, but it's like, okay, wait a second. Wait, everything is not on my shoulders. Like, this is interesting. But also I relate to the men when it comes to feelings, because I also kept my feelings very tucked down and didn't want to show them because I didn't want to be seen as weak. And someone had made a comment about the corporate world runs on women as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was your universe.
That is, let me tell you, that has been, how should I say this? one of the most difficult relationships, I'll put it politely, because I'm still in it, one of the most difficult relationships that I've had to face in my adult life. And I've grew up in the corporate world for the last 20 something years. And it is a very hard place to be your authentic self. First of all, to understand who you are authentically, and stay true to that without the judgments about, seeing other people ridiculed for their behavior. There's good things to it too, but there's a lot of pressure, on people in general in the corporate environment. I'll just leave it at that. I could probably go on for that for a very long time.
Yeah, you should. We could actually probably do a whole thing on like
We
corporate. So tell
probably
them where
could.
you work and then tell them where. I'm just kidding. You see her face.
Oh my gosh.
I love Phil. Phil, that one was for you. That was for you. Phil loves to get the reactions.
Yeah, and I'm not. Danielle said it's a man's world. I don't really think I don't see it like that.
I would love. We can Danielle. We always have the thing where like we should talk because if it's a man's world, why are men getting decimated right now?
Yeah, it's in my environment. I don't see it that way. It's women are moving up. Women are leaders. I can't say they're always leading appropriately,
Well, they're
but
not being leaders. They just have status.
Yeah.
Because women are hurting women when they have power.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys know I'm talking about the woman who just destroyed some girl because she could. I have seen women, as soon as they get promoted, feel threatened by another woman. And then a woman who's had no write-ups in 9 years gets 4 write-ups in 1 month.
And that is the part that I will be honest with you, in all the years that I've been in the positions I'm in, I have never once, I truly believe, and I think if my team of people throughout the years were here, they would be like, you have always led with fairness and kindness. Like, I have never treated someone disrespectful at work.
Well, this is where you and I usually get in a conflict of conversation, is because you think for some reason that you are the baseline for how people are. Guys, just in this conversation, does she sound like average woman? Just so I can, even girls, does Andrea just speak like the average, just average lady? Like, this is just what average women, this is just what they all do. Is she average? Just average, just the way she speaks, the way she's working on things, her doing her work, the way she's articulating what she's saying. Does it seem like this is just baseline average middle woman? All right, we got a lot of no. She's above average. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's sweet. I think that when you're in it though, like
just hear me from my part. Hear me from, I am saying this for a reason.
Okay.
Hear me out. Now, nobody here is saying that you're average. So when you say, when these things come up, well, let me think about how that has affected me only. Well, but you're not the average. So let's look at the group. Let's look at the large. Let's take it away from just you and observe. Have you, even in a corporate environment, seen another woman target another woman to just fucking demolish her?
Yep, I have.
That's what I'm talking about. Have you seen a person who's a boss of another woman just start micromanaging to destroy her?
I have.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about.
And
that's the thing where I'm like, whoa, ladies, the freedom and the power and the authority has been given. Are you truly leading with compassion and understanding, empathy, nurture, caring, leading with support? Are you really being an authentic female leader? Or are you just doing mean things because you don't have to have any accountability to it?
I think it's that. I also think people get good at playing the game. So I purposely will stay out of that stuff. People will try to drag me in. And it is, in order to survive, you have to play a game. And it's very tough. It's very tough, especially when you're working on yourself. And then that's all you can see around you is like, man, why is that person treating this person like this? Or why is, someone talking shit about somebody or only looking out for themselves and not for their team? Like, there's things that happen and we're only praising ourselves and we're not praising our teams. Like it's tough. It's tough to watch. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just looking at those things to go like, we all have seen this being done. There's opportunities given where ladies can step it up.
Mhm.
And it's all over the place. And I think that the ladies are seeing if they just try and do, we're swinging the pendulum of power the other way. And we're just going to do the same thing that guys were doing we didn't like meaner.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to work out, ladies.
It
Probably not the way. Probably not the best way to do it. I know men who won't even have a meeting with their female manager alone because she could just make up something and he loses his job. So he's
Mhm.
like, I need to have a third party to just verify
Yeah.
what actually was said.
Yeah.
So you don't say something was said I didn't say, and then I
Mhm.
lose my job.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there, and this is where ladies have opportunity. This isn't me trying to tear ladies down. In the psychology world, we are really trying to understand if men and women really can work together without it being a problem.
Yeah.
Like I've
Mhm.
been watching a lot of studies on this and like they're really looking and the jury's still out. So it's not like concrete, but I am going to point out it's not looking good.
Mhm.
And this is where they've had companies and countries even who will make it so that they have to dress completely androgynous, like a box outfit for both men and women, which, trying to take away sexual attraction, trying to take away distraction, trying to take away, the awkwardness
Yeah.
in the environment. Guess if it worked, guys? It didn't work. It still
Mhm.
had issues. Okay. Well, then we go into like a modern work environment.
Yeah.
Well, there are certain things that women wear that are designed to bring attraction. High heels do change the figure and the shape of the body. You may want to check in with your daughter.
Mhm.
Lipstick does a certain thing. Blush has a certain look. The smells that we have every single day, these things, the push-up bras, the waist trainer, whatever it may be, there's a reason for those things. They do promote attraction. They do. There's outfits that do. Well, the hard thing is where's the line?
Mhm.
Because we don't know. Where's the line where it's like that's appropriate and that's inappropriate? And so, one of the examples was, well, if a girl showed up in her lingerie, if she could see her like her lingerie outfit, is that inappropriate?
Mhm.
You go, that's inappropriate. That's a little too far. She's like in her underwear, that's a little inappropriate. You're like, okay, what about lipstick? Is that appropriate? Well, lipstick's okay. Okay. Somewhere between lingerie and lipstick, then we don't know where that is. Where is the line where you can be an individual? You can be expressive. You can be the way that you feel is good, but not draw all the attention that you seemingly want to have the attention for, and then create a whole new issue. And women are actually like going against women on this one. This is more where ladies are
Mhm.
like, hey, stop doing the stuff you guys are doing. It's messing us all up.
Yeah.
It's messing up women because you see the women who are getting a lot of attention and the guys are asking them out. And then these ladies are going, sexual harassment, get away from me. You're gross. You're disgusting. And then the other girl who's like, I kind of wouldn't have minded if that guy asked me out. I really like him.
Mhm.
And so you just ruined guys asking us out because you called sexual harassment when I would have been okay if he asked me out. And you ruined that because you destroyed that dude. But
Mhm.
you dress to the nines when you come here and you're wearing like your sexy perfume and you're trying to look super hot and then hate when you get it. Same thing with the gym stuff. I think that's nonsense too. I went to the gym with my guys. The girls there are literally in their underwear,
Mhm.
skin tight underwear,
And they wonder why people are looking at them.
and then get upset.
It's not like ladies, like,
Like,
be
that's
more
your underwear.
ladylike,
That's your
like, there's a time and place for things, and again, I know this is my beliefs or my judgment, whatever you call it, but, like, there is a time and place, like, and I'm not saying you have to be completely covered up, I'm not saying, like, it's that, but, like, if you're show the classiness out in public, like, you can do the rest at home, like, again, maybe I'm from a different
well, I mean,
generation, but that's what it is, like, if a guy can see everything, for what?
that's your judgment on this one. So that's a
Yeah,
judgment.
right.
On this one, to be objective, dress how you like to dress, but don't berate and tear people down for getting the attention that you're dressing for.
Mhm.
Don't be cruel. If I'm wearing a skin tight deal
Yeah,
and just you can see
yeah,
everything and
and
it's getting
and
attention and
and
it's like I like that.
yeah,
And then I go, oh, you're disgusting because you like something I'm doing.
You can't tell me any different that it's not done for attention. And when I was much younger, I did it differently. I was always dressed up. Nonsense. I was always dressed up. But I did it without even knowing, looking back, I'm like, I wanted the attention and I got it. And so when it's validated, you keep doing the behaviors that validate the response that you get. That's what you do. And so you can't tell me that it's not, because it is for attention. It is. I would be hard pressed to be for any other reason. We have 3 teenage daughters. We know. Also, we see them do it. We're like, what the heck?
They even try and play like we're wearing this baggy stuff to school, but underneath is like a super cute outfit. We're aware.
Yeah.
And so it's those things, though. But this is where, remember, what's the fight with that one?
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
Are you really going to tell me you're not doing this for attention? If I wear something skin tight, and I'm going to say it's not for attention, that's a really silly thing to say.
Cornwallis, you have a good point, and then I have to go. But it says, or he says, if you did it for yourself, it would stay in your camera roll. I agree. You wouldn't feel the need to post it.
You wouldn't post it. Yeah.
What is it really for?
I think that's a different conversation. Social media and the effect on women is really getting a lot of attention in this psychology world. And there's a lot watching, like what's going on here, because the ladies are having a lot of issues.
Yeah. And Susu says, but guys are not asking about the girls that are covered up. Now that I'm older, I understand. If that's not the case, that's also not who I want.
Well, I did a study on this one, Susu. And this is more relationship side, because ladies, this is where I'll end it right here, because I know you got to bounce, babe.
Yeah.
This is one that I did a study, because the girls were saying like, well, if I'm wearing baggy clothes or my PJs, he doesn't seem to give me as much praise and attention than when I'm dressed up really nice. Like when I really take the time to do my makeup and my hair and dress nicely. Yes, I know it's not my authenticity, but he gives me way more compliments than if I'm wearing like a face mask thing and, you know, my nightgown and whatever, my baggy clothes and my don't care stuff. So where's the authenticity from his side? And I was like, you're missing a category. Boys, just say you agree with me or not agree with me, because I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I said there's a category you're missing. If you want his absolute approval, it's not dressing all the way up. It's not your pajamas. Lose the shirt. Wear your skin. Wear your skin, and it's authentically, truly you, and see if your guy doesn't like it.
I gotta go.
Okay, baby.
All right.
Are they okay?
Yeah, she's at the immediate care. I have to go. Haley is.
What's going on?
Well, we can talk about it when we're off.
All right. Apparently, we got to go. So anyways, just so you ladies know, guys like naked more than PJs, and they like naked more than you dress the nines. So if you're going to say your guy doesn't like you authentically, get naked and see. I bet you he does. Be really you. I bet you he likes that better than your PJs, and he likes it better than you dressed all the way up. Talk about time and money saver. You're welcome, ladies. I just saved you a bunch of big money. All right.
Have a good night.
We got to go. Apparently, someone's going with our girls.
Okay.
So,
all right.
We'll see you guys later. Why? Oh my, what a rush. Whoa.
Yeah. Haley has a concussion, so she's at the immediate care fucking by herself.